Hello, my name is Codelco Corder and I'm a Principal Research Fellow at the University of Queensland Sustainable Minerals Institute. I'm very pleased to be part of this Codelco workshop on the circular economy, and I hope you find this presentation on mining in the circular economy helpful. So what is the circular economy? In simple terms, the circular economy is about transitioning away from the traditional linear take, make, dispose industrial economic model. The question is, what could be the role that the mining industry plays in the circular economy? The two diagrams show how the mining industry can be part of the circular economy. On the left, some resources enter the loop of the circular economy and some are discarded as waste. This is much less than the conventional linear economy. The diagram on the right, which has been developed by the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, Raw Materials, shows the mining and metals value chain with some waste at each stage, but a high level of recycling of used metal products. One definition of the circular economy is to accelerate the transition from the linear take, make, dispose economic model to a circular model by being restorative and regenerative by design and keeping products, components, and materials at their highest utility and value at all times. Associated with this definition, there are three key principles of the circular economy: design out waste and pollution, keep products and materials in use, and regenerate, that is, mimic natural systems. And four objectives: accelerating the transition from the linear take, make, dispose economic model, promoting a system that is restorative and regenerative by design, keeping products, components, and materials at the highest utility and value at all times, gradual decoupling of economic activity from consumption of finite resources. This diagram shows the multiple restorative circles in resources supply for biological materials and technical materials. The mining sector provides finite materials in the value chain for both the biological and technical material cycles. Significantly, the recycle, remanufacture, reuse, and prolong aspects of the technical material circular loops are important for asset management. What about copper in particular and the circular economy? The European Copper Institute states, the life of copper is infinite and has no end phased. Once mined, it can be recycled over and over with no loss of properties. As such, copper is a sustainable material that is pivotal to building the circular economy. The diagram on the right illustrates the circular nature of copper. Here is a short video highlighting the key aspects of the circular economy as it relates to the mining and metals sector. Traditional economic models typically take a linear form of take, make, and dispose. Transitioning away from this linear way of thinking is what the circular economy is all about. The circular model aspires to mimic nature, where there is no waste and everything is reused. As a regenerative and restorative system, it is designed to utilize the maximum potential of a resource. The conventional linear economy has no contingency for recycling, resulting in consistent waste production. By shifting industrial systems from linear to circular models, processes are designed to optimize recovery and reuse, promoting new value and supply chains. Byproducts of one system can be used as inputs into other systems. The circular economy concept has been gaining traction in China through its Circular Economy Initiative, and also in Europe through the Ellen MacArthur Foundation and the European Commission. The Ellen MacArthur Foundation states the circular economy rests on three principles: preserve and enhance natural capital by controlling finite stocks and balancing renewable resource flows, optimize resource yields by circulating products, components, and materials at the highest quality at all times in both technical and biological cycles, and foster system effectiveness by revealing and designing out negative externalities. The model also aspires to 5 ideologies: design out waste, just like the biological world where waste does not exist, build resilience through diversity, namely modularity, versatility, and adaptivity, work towards energy from renewable sources, supported and enabled by the reduced threshold energy levels, think in systems to understand how parts influence one another within a whole, as well as the relationship of the whole to the parts, think in cascades to extract additional value from products and materials by cascading them through other applications. To date, the downstream and service industries have been most involved with the uptake of the circular economy, less so the mining sector. The mining sector is still represented by linear rather than circular activities through its supply of resources to society. Waste is a critical issue along the whole metals value chain, making the mining sector one of the world's largest waste generators. From mining waste to end-of-life products such as scrap steel and demolition waste, or the growing problem of electronic waste. Each waste stream has its own set of environmental issues. For example, the concerns around using mine tailings and dams differ from those of electronic waste. The circular economy provides the mining and metals industry a systems perspective on waste elimination, rethinking and redesigning the processes along the value chain and between supply networks promotes opportunities to create value and reduce environmental liability. One way to encourage the uptake of the circular economy is by introducing new innovative business models that optimize the way companies generate and capture economic value, and in doing so, take a positive step towards sustainable development. Initiatives adhering to the ideals of the circular economy already exist in various industries. A major information technology company introduced a recycling program to reuse printer cartridges. This is known as closed-loop recycling, which retains material for multiple cycles of use. A similar approach could be used in mining for waste lubricant and the refurbishment of equipment. A multinational shoe manufacturer recycles used shoes in a process called downcycling. The recycled material is of lower value, but is still useful as rubber for playgrounds. This diverts the end-of-life waste from landfill. In the mining sector, mining waste can be used for backfilling as a soil additive and for road construction. Some more commonly known recycling programs are implementing what's known as upcycling. Waste materials are used to create higher value products. One company in Australia has a program that used recycled plastics to make furniture. Applying upcycling in mining can see the recovery of byproducts from waste and the rehabilitation of abandoned mines. A major clothing and shoe manufacturer makes use of a recycling process called industrial symbiosis. This is where different industries share or exchange waste, byproducts, services, or utilities. They take and convert old tyres into material to make shoes. In the mining sector, alternative raw materials for cement production could be sourced from mining waste or byproducts. Many companies offer collection services of old or used products, which are then forwarded to the appropriate recycling facilities. A small private US company has collection programs for hard-to-recycle materials. And an international coffee company has its coffee capsule recycling program. This can be applied in the mining sector through the collection of old tyres used by mining vehicles. These examples illustrate that greater levels of technical and business innovation are key characteristics of successful circular initiatives, ultimately helping to boost participation in the emerging circular economy.
To date, the adoption of the circular economy has been more prevalent in downstream industries, including the end of the metals value chain. A Brazilian flat steel producer now sells and reuses around 90% of what was previously categorised as waste. That means 540 kilograms of byproducts, as every tonne of steel generates 600 kilograms of other materials, including carbon, slag, dust, sludge, heat and gases. A sister company cultivates eucalyptus forest to produce Forest Stewardship Council certified charcoal for carbon neutral steel. To counter these practices, to counter bad labour practices in the past from the forestry sector, activities that have been certified by the Forestry Stewardship Council have improved ecosystem health and guaranteed decent working conditions. Reusing, recycling, or reprocessing large volumes of mining waste would help the mining industry move towards the circular economy, as it would be restorative and regenerative by design, help move away from the linear take, make, dispose economy, and diminish community and societal concerns about environmental legacy issues. Such examples, some of which are already in practice, include waste rock for backfill and road construction aggregate, manganese tailings for agroforest or buildings and construction materials, and clay-rich tailings for bricks, floor tiles, and cement. There are also examples of the circular economy in asset management in the mining industry. BHP and Novum Energy plan to create up to 30 new jobs in the Bowen Basin to recycle mining truck tyres for the first time in Australia. Novium will convert tyres into heavy and light oils, carbon black, syngas and steel at a processing plant being built in the local region. The Global Battery Alliance and its members are working on a sustainable global battery value chain by 2030. Glencore produce and market commodities like copper for energy and mobility transition, and will have an active role in the alliance to help establish and promote a circular value chain. Caterpillar's Cat-Reman programs apply the principles of the circular economy. By remanufacturing, life cycles are extended, materials used more efficiently, and there is a reduction in cost. It also returns products at the end of their serviceable lives to the same as new condition, while reducing waste, lowering greenhouse gas production, and reducing the need for raw materials. This slide shows the 5 circular economy ideologies from the video. 1, to design out waste. 2, to build resilience through diversity. 3, to work towards renewable energy sources. And 4, to think in systems. And 5, think of cascades. This is important as you think about how to incorporate the circular economy into your business. You should try to remember these 5 ideologies. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you found this helpful as you begin the exciting journey to develop your circular economy strategy in asset management.